Hey, I'm Hannah Noble from New Zealand. I'm going to be chatting today without editing this video, so whatever we get, we get. I'm going to be talking about the LIFESPIDER driving forces today that I personally experience. And the big one that I experience, or as a part of me, is being bossy. This is still something I'm coming to grasps with. The difference between just being a boss and being bossy is sort of like stepping out into that role, into that part of who I am in a different way from before. That I'm still, I'm getting to grasp and understand that properly. So for me, what characteristics does this driving force have? It's about stepping out and making decisions. It's about being not afraid to stand up and say, yep, me, I'll lead that. I'll make that decision. I'll take responsibility for that. It's about, one, not being afraid to do it, but also actually enjoying it and letting that be something that drives me and makes me excited. When I realised that this was one of my driving forces, sort of just chatting through me running things. I run Facebook groups in New Zealand and using that to connect people to be healthy and have better lives. And it was talking about sort of what I was doing in the Facebook groups, and it was sort of this realisation that, oh, no, actually I'm the boss. Like, I'm the boss of the Facebook group, I'm the boss of my house, I have a husband, but we have an interesting relationship, so I will get to that in a little bit. That is a good explanation there about that driving force too. So how do I know it's right for me? There we go. So the relationship with my husband is a really good example here. So when it comes to the Christmas holidays and we go on holiday together, we will often, I'll try to sort of settle back into the spontaneous go-getter, whatever happens mood in the past. And it's had this realization that actually that's not me. I don't want to settle back into this, like, just whatever happens mood, because that's not me. So in the last couple of years, we've made this real decision, particularly since I've realised this driving force of being the boss and being organised, is that we'll settle into this, okay, Hannah's going to structure the holiday to some degree. I still allow that time for him to just be spontaneous and relaxed and not do anything and all that. But putting my own structure, my own boss, this is how the holidays are happening, sort of flair to it, has made me really enjoy these holidays so much more, because my driving force comes out. And so that was one of those times that I really realised it was right for me, because it's when I incorporate it across my whole life, rather than when I just like go, okay, so I'm the boss over here in these groups, but I'm not the boss in my, day-to-day life. So how have I been challenged during my life because of this driving force? Probably the biggest one is when things go wrong. When I'm the boss running something and things don't quite go the way that is easy, and I go, oh, I don't want to run this, and then I go, actually no, I'm the boss, I've got to just deal with the cruddy stuff as well as the awesome stuff, because I'm the one up the front. So there are definitely times that I would rather go, oh, I'd rather hand this off to someone else, but that driving force sort of steps back in and go, no, actually, you're there, just do it. What is the positive difference for you to have this driving force? I think there's two aspects here. So one is, what's the positive aspect, positive difference for me to have this driving force? And for me, that's just that. Completely honestly, I don't know. I don't know what it's like not to have this driving force. It's just been something. Like, I can remember organising things, you know, jumping up, leading things as a 10, 11-year-old. And so it's just been a part of my life. But the biggest thing probably is not so much what it's like to have this driving force, but what it's been like to step into this driving force, like to say, this is who I am and that's okay. And that has been incredibly, what's the word? Relaxing, kind of. Like, it's given me the power just to go, yep, this is who I am, and that's absolutely okay. I don't have to pull back and hide, just go like this because I'm bossy, or I'm a leader, or I'm the one up the front. It's actually like, nah, that is me, and that is absolutely okay. So what negative consequences does it give to you if I push the driving force? And I think that's exactly it. It's back to that holiday with my husband and with my kids. And it's kind of going, okay, cool, I'll just let whatever happens, happens. And I'll get 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks into that holiday and go, this is really boring. You know, I don't feel like I've done anything these holidays. I don't feel like we've achieved anything. I don't feel like we've actually had the fun that we were wanting to have. And it's because I don't feel like my foundations are there. I don't feel like I've achieved any of those things that really excite me, which is partly the planning and the bossing and telling my husband, this is where we're going to go today, and him going, cool, because he really probably is actually happy with me organising it, and I'm happy to organise it. So give a concrete example. So I've got some questions here, and one of them was, give a concrete example of how I use my driving force. And so probably the biggest one is how I use this within the keto group, the Facebook group that I run. We've got about 80,000 people, and I've really noticed in running various groups over the years that to have a leader who is willing to step up the front and lead, and willing to say, nope, this is how we do things here, and willing to make those decisions both in advance but also in the spur of the moment when it's needed. Those are the times that, sorry, I'm going to have to say, shh, my little girl here, shh, I will come and talk to you in a minute. No, she hasn't. Off you go. I am on the video. Off you go. Thank you. Away. And so, yeah, it's about getting up the front and leading and being the best leader that I can possibly be. So that's been both, it's sort of like been a sliding scale, sort of like that. So I've started, and I've just like had one other moderator come in and help me, and made those decisions together. But as time goes on, I've had to show more of those my bossiness, so to speak, and make those decisions about what I'm going to do, who I'm going to be, sort of like let that bossiness come out. When you're dealing with one team member, it's easier just to, you know, sort of have that give and take relationship where you just sort of, you both work really tightly together. But once you're leading a team of 10 or more people, there's an element where it actually works better if there's someone up the front as the boss, and I love being the boss. So yeah, finally, why do I think people should embrace their ego? And for me, it's about passion, it's about excitement, it's about inspiration. you know, if I sit back and I let everything happen around me and I just let someone else organise everything and I don't really care, like I just sit there doing some art, for example. These are all things that aren't me. Like, I'm happy to do that in an evening watching Netflix, but it's not me. And when I step into this driving force and just like do things like organize my life and organize, step up the front, be the boss, make decisions around the house, say to the kids, no, we're going to be doing our morning list, which is our morning chores, before we do anything else, and not just take the lead. Life feels so much more exciting, so much more inviting, and so much more inspirational. So yes, it's definitely worth figuring out what these driving forces are that you might have. And some of, like, mine involve things like the boss, wacky, sort of connecting others, bossy. And that bossy one tends to be one of my favorites. So yeah, thank you so much.